since we first saw these cards announced, the names that were announced for tonight's event, Dragonslayer Pros Crucible, I have had my eyes set on one man and one man only. His Texas Pro Wrestling debut here tonight in Fort Worth. It is Baltimore, Maryland's own Myles Hawkins, a man that I have known for quite a few years now. Did my journalistic stint up with Combat Zone Wrestling in Maryland, and I saw this man compete in one of the best independent matches in 2023. Now bringing the best of the Northeast independents over and down to South, or North Texas rather. It's live, it's Myles Hawkins at Edgestone.
No doubt about it, and that is a huge part of Dragonslayer, bringing in the best from all across the country, and that is exactly what Myles Hawkins is. He has been representing, he has been making a name for himself in the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. Now he's making his way to Texas, and he has to get through the doorman, the enforcer, the gatekeeper, if you will, Edgestone.
James, I know you've had your eye on this man right here for many a year. I have as well. Former Reality of Wrestling heavyweight champion, trained by the one and only legendary Booker T down at Reality of Wrestling. None other than Edgestone, one of the hottest independent prospects coming out of Texas today.
No doubt about that. Edgestone has been making his name for the past decade or so around Texas. He's one of the best. Good luck finding anybody who would not put this man in the top 5 or 10 competitors all across the state. And now he gets to defend his home turf and prove why Texas belongs to him.
As the bell sounds, we are officially underway. It is one fall, a 20-minute time limit here tonight for Edgestone and Myles Hawkins.
Very well-built athletes here. Edgestone with the height advantage that might come into play as leverage becomes a part of the game.
Yeah, just as you say, I mean, shown in spades right here, one of the most powerful men, not only in professional wrestling, but especially you will find here on the Dragonslayer Pro roster. And I think, you know, a newcomer in the likes of Myles Hawkins has no idea what he's truly messing with when he's looking at the Texas Terminator, Jay Alexander, and his tag team partner, Edgestone tonight.
No doubt. I was about to reference his tag team partner, who we'll see later tonight. Of course, in our first huge event, they faced off against Purple Haze, picking up the win there. No surprise, they're two of the strongest men in the state, and Edgestone putting that on full display here.
And, you know, just to put a pause on that and talk a little bit about what's to come in our main event tonight. I mean, we just saw the challenge laid out. Richard Holiday was confirmed for this event tonight and has now just inserted himself into an NWA Midwest Heavyweight Championship match. I mean, where the hell does Richard Holiday get off thinking that he can just do that?
Richard Holiday came in, he made his argument with Dragonslayer Pro Wrestling. Dragonslayer always dedicated to bring the best to the fans, decided that this triple threat contest would give these Fort Worth fans the most bang for their buck, if you will. But no doubt, Jay Alexander has to have a huge chip on his shoulder going into this contest.
Well, it is the main event tonight. Jay Alexander and Richard Holiday and Dante Casanova, your NWA Midwest Heavyweight Champion, in a 3-way match to come. Back to Myles Hawkins, who has just been wiped out with one swoop of a headbutt from Edgestone. You talk about a power game, James. You're seeing it right there.
That is one large cranium to come careening towards your head and neck, and an even bigger fall for Myles Hawkins.
And now to find the cover here for Stone. It's only going to be the 1 count, says senior official MJ Bell. You know, one of the most impressive things about Edge Stone, James, I'm sure you'll have to agree, it's the fluidity in combination with the size. Sometimes we'll see larger athletes in this sport not be able to really step it in the way that Edge Stone's able to, but he makes everything look smooth like butter. And meanwhile, well, Stone tripping up a little bit on this exchange with Myles Hawkins and is going to look to recover swiftly.
But he's very quick to adjust that game plan, throw that big kick. Now an open-handed strike there that rocked Hawkins.
You know, it
might be out on his feet here.
It goes to show Stone's game plan. Charges in to Myles Hawkins. Lets Hawkins come into Stone, and that is, well, I mean, you don't fare well when you run right into a stone wall.
You're firmly in control so far. Hawkins fighting for his life here, creating a little bit of separation.
Yeah, and I mean, that padding on the outside is not going to do a lot to protect from the fall. And you can see that as a hardwood floor here tonight in Ridglea Theater.
Perhaps a quarter or a half inch of padding over a hardwood floor doesn't do much to protect you. What is Myles thinking?
Myles Hawkins from the heavens. From the rafters tonight in Ridglea Theater.
He almost went up into the balcony, but he also clipped his foot there on that railing. You see him almost trying to run away from the pain. He hit that guardrail with incredible force. Might have taken as much out of Hawkins as it did Edge Stone.
The difference of the wrestling styles, one of the Northeast's best representatives and all across. Myles Hawkins from the top, and that springboard drop kick is going to flatten down Edge Stone. And the Northeast versus the South. Here's the cover for Hawkins, and not enough on Edge tonight.
Edge Stone is rocked, but he isn't out of it just yet. Hawkins has to stay on top of him, though. Now is not the time to start trying to play to this crowd.
And, well, that is going to be a very quick one, if even that, from referee MJ Bell. And, yeah, Myles Hawkins getting a little too far and ahead of himself. He has not had Edge Stone beaten yet, and Stone proving exactly why here, James.
The big man did not take kindly to that. Edge Stone is used to giving that treatment to people, not being on the receiving end.
Yeah, we'll see what Hawkins can do here. Hung up and over, and hot shot right over that middle rope, and that has Hawkins back in the driver's seat. And Hawkins gonna find the cover one more time, and referee MJ Bell with the count of 2 here tonight.
Now Myles is starting to find that sense of urgency that he needed earlier in this contest. Now he's trying to make up for lost time.
A lot of way of guys like Hawkins is able to put you away. And none of them are going to be countered by that. Edge Stone, so explosive again, James. So explosive with that size. It's so dangerous for his opponents.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Edge Stone one-upping Myles Hawkins so far at every turn. We've got to see if Hawkins has that move that Edge Stone just cannot answer. That might be it.
It's coming here, the cover. No! Myles Hawkins cannot get too far in and over his head here tonight. Cannot think that he walked in with this match one. He is facing off against one of Texas's best here in Edge Stone, and now we're slowing it back down to pace.
Now this is the pace that has usually favored Edge Stone in most of this contest. When Myles Hawkins can keep the game moving and keep Edge Stone off his feet, things have worked better for him. When you slow things down, other than attempting to choke the air out of the man, you're giving Edge Stone a moment to recover, catch his breath, but not have that entire 6'4", 6'5" frame in movement. Creating separation. Series of open hand strikes, but desperation from Hawkins.
That last-ditch effort. Pele now into the jump, caught out by Edge Stone. Stone might have Hawkins here. And went to the well, one too many. Overhead press. And Myles Hawkins is wiped out here tonight.
Just freestanding, sending Myles Hawkins, excuse me. I'm so stunned I can't even speak here. Sending Myles Hawkins end over end. Edgestone with a tremendous feat of strength, but so much was taken out of him. He's almost to his feet here as the official MJ Bell is at a 6 count. Stone starting to roll. He's feeling himself.
And Stone's gonna keep feeling all the way to the pay window. Should this go the pace? Here we go, power slam, driving Myles Hawkins into the canvas.
Hawkins has had the air driven out of him twice here with a series of major impacts. Too many more of those. That concussive effect on the body.
And up and over. Incredible strength out of Edgestone here tonight. And now the cover, the win. No!
The core strength of Edgestone on full display. Now we're starting to see a little bit of frustration from Edgestone, but he's been in waters deeper than this. He just has to keep himself calm.
And well, calm is not gonna favor Stone here. Hawkins out of the way with the cover, and very quickly at 2. You can talk about the core speed, the trapeze, the trapezoid, whatever it might be. Myles Hawkins, though, it's been all about the resilience. And Hawkins has stayed alive so far in this one. Can he manage to close it out here? And a spear from Stone.
Stone shaking his head saying, this is done. Blockbuster up and over by Stone into the cover. It's all over.
And all it took was one stone wall and a victory here tonight for Edgestone, the Stone Titan, with the victory. And the question remains, what comes next for Edgestone and maybe even his tag team partner who could walk away the new NWA Midwest Heavyweight Champion after tonight? What lies next for Overkill in Dragonslayer Pro?
Another dominant showing by Edgestone. We've still got to see how Jay Alexander excuse me, the action tonight. It's so exciting. We've got to see how Jay Alexander fares in our main event tonight. But Edgestone picks up the win, representing Overkill. But you got to give it to Myles Hawkins, though, the heart to come out here and represent Baltimore and take on some of the best Texas has to offer. Kudos to that kid. We'll see him back, I'm sure,